we see, a sub 30-second finish like that. So I guess what are the emotions after putting all that hard work and it's over that quickly?
I was expecting war. I was prepared for it, but I'm not surprised. I know how dangerous I am. I know how quick I can get these guys out of here.
I know you said you were expecting a war. I guess what was the original game plan? Because I can't imagine you game planned a quick finish like that.
This was part of it. There was phases that I knew would get to this point. Hyder's so aggressive. He so wants to make it a chaotic fight from the rip. I knew that I would put things in the middle of that void that would make him want to back off, and then I thought at some point I would start to press him back. But the first thing that I put up in the middle put him out.
Obviously, when you have big performances, it gets the attention of the rest of the division and the fans and everything, but especially on International Fight Week, this is one of the most watched events, and if you have one of the biggest finishes, it might be hard to book you moving forward. Maybe people don't want to match up with you like that. So I guess essentially, do you think you put the division on notice considering how this went?
When I closed my eyes and I thought about this and I visualized that that's what I wanted this moment to be. I wanted everybody to know who I was. I wanted the division to know. I wanted the real ones to know that I'm a real one. I belong in this top elite. I belong in the elite. I'm of a certain class. I'm of the A class, and I want to showcase that every time. If you don't want to fight me, you don't belong in there with me anyways. I want to fight real ones.
You said, you want Noche UFC and you called out a name, which we don't normally get. Usually we have to pry it out, but you seem to have everything planned out right away. So I guess explain the call out, and obviously I think we assume we know why you want to be on Noche.
Yeah, how sweet. I was, when it was Guadalajara, I was so excited. I'm still so excited. I have so much family in Texas. It'll be a beautiful moment regardless. Noche UFC is it's so cool for the UFC. The UFC doesn't really do these type of things, they don't, this isn't like a Pride where it's like events and there's themes. So it's cool to have a themed event. I think that's such a sweet thing, and I want to be a part of that. William Gomez and Hyder Amel had a barn burner of a fight. He's a super technical, long French striker, southpaw. Pretty clever. I fancy myself pretty clever. I just want to face top level opposition, and I think it's a good step. And I want that Noche UFC card.
How often do you put thought into your career path like that? Because when you get young fighters, the answer is always, "Oh, I'll do whatever the UFC wants. I'll fight whenever I'm here to be a company man." We don't get so. Do you put thought into your career like that?
Yeah, honestly, I'd love to live like an ignorance is bliss life and come in and just be this and that. But I care so much about this. You have no idea how much I care about this. So I can't. I know what the path. I know what the pitfalls are. I don't want to fall in that. I don't want to just be, some sheep that gets ushered along. I want to make a statement every single time. I want to be the best in the world, point blank, period. So to do that, I know that it takes selling the package to some degree, and I'll do that because I want to be the best in the world, and I want to be viewed in that under that light. Thank you.
Hey, Jose, over here, right here in the middle. How's it going?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing great. Good to see you. I know that Hyder was actually booked for this card first. I believe he had a different opponent. I was curious because we didn't get to talk to you. How much notice did you get for this fight?
I got about 4 weeks. He had Nathaniel Wood, so he had to step up in competition. This was supposed to be his moment. He's earned this moment. He's had incredible fights. I had so much respect for Hyder. I knew what kind of man he was. I knew how much I had to dedicate to. I dedicated everything to this craft, period. But when you know that what's in front of you, what kind of man is standing on the other side of that cage, it makes you just put that extra oomph into it. And I did that this camp within those 4 weeks.
I know in different division, but Mario Batista winning a few weeks ago, how much of a boost? Because you guys are like a family over there at the lab. I know when someone wins, it's kind of radiating on the rest of the team. How much did that kind of give you a boost going into this fight? Just because I know there's this expectation. You guys have been winning a lot.
Yeah, man, Mario's a guy I'll follow into any battle. That guy's a leader in the way he carries himself, in the way that he lives a day-to-day existence, in his approach to mastery of this craft. And he's a guy I've looked up to since my very first day when I stepped on the mats. I'm very quiet and kind of just take a lay of the land type of guy. It would take me a while before I try to even enter the environment. I just kind of want to see how people move in it for a while. And Mario's always moved in it in an incredible way. And I was lucky enough to go out there with him, help him prepare for that Apache Mix fight. And that was my first pay-per-view experience too. So I'm very grateful that Mario brought me out there for me to be able to see the lights a couple weeks before I had my first big moment was very cool and very helpful.
And just last one for me, one of your teammates is fighting tonight, Ezra Elliott. I've heard a lot of really good things about him. He's actually fighting in the main event in Arizona tonight. How soon could we see him in the UFC?
Yeah, shout out Ez, man. Ez is the truth. Everyone speaks of him because he deserves to be spoken of. That guy's worked really hard since he's first got on the mats. He's evolved so much, and his grappling is insane. He's going to be in the UFC very soon. I see Contender Series after this.
Is it right here in the middle? Last time we talked, it was right around Contender Series, and you had said you wanted more. And with all this pressure going on, how are you staying present in the moment?
Yeah, I want to backtrack that because I've been having this thought lately. I believe words are very powerful, so I don't want to just say more. I want to be very specific. I want pound for pound, #1 best in the world. I want multiple world titles. I want a lot, but I don't want to be staring into the abyss of more. I think that's a little dangerous. What was your question?
You answered it. You got the one.
Thank you.
José, ¿podemos hablar español aquí un poquito?
Okay.
Mencionaste, antes de hablar de tu pelea, mencionaste que te gustaría estar en el UFC Noche en Texas, en San Antonio, el 13 de septiembre, que es una fecha grande para los mexicanos.
Sí, claro.
¿Por qué? Explícanos qué sientes, por qué te gustaría tanto eso.
No, pues es tan suave de tener. Puedo que UFC pone para los mexicanos y los latinos y para pelear un cartel tan grande es un sueño.
¿Sentiste cuando le diste el rodillazo que en el momento que conectas, que va hacia el piso, que ya que había acabado la cosa, lo viviste así? ¿Cómo reaccionaste en ese momento?
No, pues yo tenía todo eso en la mente por años. Por antes lo podía mirar cada vez que cerraba los ojos. Estaba aquí en este momento, estaba bien feliz, no había nada de sorpresa. Yo sabía que lo iba a lograr.
Hablaste en inglés y quería escucharlo en español. Tú quieres muchas cosas, quieres ser múltiple campeón muchas veces, quieres lograrlo todo, pero que vas despacio. ¿Estás acelerado? ¿Estás soñando? ¿Qué es lo que está pasando? ¿Qué es lo que quieres tú en esta carrera, en este UFC?
No, pues sí, como lo dije, yo quiero ser campeón mundial, yo quiero serlo otra vez y otra vez y otra vez, yo quiero defender. Yo quiero ser el rey libra por libra. Yo quiero ser un gran campeón. Me encanta este arte. Yo soy un estudiante de ese arte. Yo quiero ser uno de los mejores.
Felicidades.
Gracias. Thank you guys.